Hey friends, it's Naomi from EJ's Fun Crafting, and we are back with another episode of Community Crafting. Today, I am joined by I'm so excited, a special guest, Nina from M&C Glitter Company. Whee! Nina's here. Hi, Nina.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Nina, tell us a little bit about your crafting journey. Okay, first tell us about what you do presently.
Oh, well, presently, I am the owner of M&C Glitter Company. We actually just rounded out our second year in business, and that's a huge accomplishment for us. For us, I act like I have employees for me. So,
Because we're 1,000 people.
I'm just so stunned that this is where we are. But it wasn't always glitter. This is not where I started my crafting journey. So I mean, picture it, right? New York,
19.
2018, picture it. I quit my full-time job because I was pregnant with my daughter, and I had missed so much when I had my son because I worked full time and I went to school. So I missed everything, and I didn't want to do that again. So I told my husband, I'm like, you know what? I'm quitting my job. And he's like, okay. And I had really like no idea what I was going to do. I just knew that I could not work for anyone else, like really who just didn't value me as an employee. And I just didn't want to miss all that time, with my baby. So that's what I did. Is I quit my job, and we just kind of, prayed for an answer. I went to Walmart one day, and I stumbled upon a Cricut machine, and I was like, "Oh, like I remember the Cricuts like from like a long time ago when you had to buy the little cartridges for them." Right? So, and I never got one. And but this one, well, it looked really neat. So I was like, I want this. And it was on sale. And he's like, okay. And I was just like, oh my God, how cute. And how fun would it be to make Claire some hair bows? And that's where I started, was making hair bows and decals and some stickers. I fell into the very dangerous crafting trap of spending more on supplies than I actually did, profited. So um I transitioned like slowly into making shirts. At the time, it was when, like, I don't know if you've heard of the show Stranger Things. Like, it was, I think it just was just wrapping up its like third season. So I had come up with a design that was like a Scoops Ahoy, Steve and Robin like type shirt. There was a Steve shirt and a Robin shirt. And I made so many, so many of those shirts. I was so relieved when they just finally like stopped selling. One of my friends was getting married, and she wanted me to make some cups for her wedding. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And so that's kind of how I got into making tumblers. And that's just kind of where I stayed, was as I made tumblers. And I do sometimes a little graphic design for my friends if they ask. Like, a few of their businesses, I've made their logos, like nothing mega fancy, but that's kind of where I'm at right now with like crafting, I guess. Yeah.
How did you go from that to glitter slinger?
Uh, okay. Probably at the end of an extremely busy holiday season, and the burnout was
Hmm.
crazy. And like that's where all the joy came from, was the glittering of the tumblers. Like anything else after that, I was like, I really don't care to continue this. So um to a fellow creator, I kind of tossed the idea around about wanting to sell glitter because I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know anything. And she just came right out and was like, no, this is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Wow.
It's too expensive to start. There are so many glitter sellers. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, all right. Well, I mean, you've been creating way longer than me, so you probably know, right? At the time, I probably only used glitter from 3 different glitter sellers, so I really wasn't that experienced into, the who's who of the glitter world. So, I sat on it though for a while and it was just nagging at me. I was like, I really feel like this is something that I really, really want to do. And that's what I did. I was like, screw it, we're just going to do it. And I started really small. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to do like 5 glitters, going to see what happens. And that's where we started. 5 glitters, and with the support of maybe 3 people.
So you started with your 5.
hmm
How many glitters do you market now?
Like 260.
That is amazing. In fact, you were just, I don't know if we can say this. If not, I'll just cut it out. You're making a listing for all of the glitters.
I did. I made one.
That's
So I try to keep it between 260 and 300, and just regularly rotating, them bringing in and, just discontinuing what doesn't sell.
right here. Hold on. Let me show. Let me make sure I get it right. Right here, all those right there are my M&C glitters, the ones with the black spots. If you didn't know, I didn't realize how much I love your teals and your blues until I looked at it until I started arranging them up here. I'm like, I have more teals and blues from Nina than anything else. What's your favorite glitter?
Favorite. Those are like my favorite, as you can tell. Like we have teal like everywhere. Like teal is probably one of my favorite colors, and I just find myself being like more drawn to it. So when I do my boxes and I have a color palette that does not have a teal in it, I'm like,
But the sunflower box was amazing. I mean, that one I'm almost afraid to finish my cup because I don't want to mess it up because it's just a blend of those colors. Um, Tell us about how you get the names for your glitters. I love the names of your glitters.
um, you want to know, like, I will stare at them for for a very long time. See, I don't have any close to me, but I usually am like, well, what does it remind me of? Or sometimes with the boxes, I try to tell a story with the
Mhm.
glitter names. And I know that kind of sounds weird, but
No, not at all.
with the sunflower box, it was the friend who came up with the idea to do the sunflower box. It was
Mhm.
like in honor of her mother, and her mother had passed. So I just took the names from just like random conversations that her and I had about her mom. And so
Aw.
those were the things that's how I named those glitters.
And so now that has so much more meaning to me because
Yeah.
Hero is in there and Brave is in there. Is it Brave? I think
It's
Brave is in there too.
strength, like
Strength.
hero and strength. Yeah.
Hero and Strength. And those are the two. I used 3 of your glitters on my sunflower cup. And those are 2 of the ones that I used. And now it makes so much more. Oh my goodness. Now I don't ever want to give that cup away.
So, and like the last box, I just anything that reminded me of summer, and one had to be flamingo because the whole box
Absolutely.
centered around a flamingo. Like I had a holographic box where I had made the comment once that I wasn't sure how I felt about this glitter, and somebody said, "Well, you should name one Mixed Feelings," and that's what I did. And then I had all the names that were like confusion, like different words for confusion and mixed feelings.
When I'm looking at them and the way you put together your stash boxes, they do connect. And I look for the connection and I'm looking for, okay, so what is this all? Right away, the flamingo box, I was like, summer, let's go.
Yeah,
What's a typical, is there a tip, such a thing as a typical day for you?
no. Daughter is 3 and I homeschool my son. An ideal day is I'll get up and I'll caffeinate and get her ready for school and get her on the bus, and then I'll get ready and I'll come out into the shop and I'll ship orders, answer messages, website maintenance. I spend all month pretty much planning my stash boxes. So you know I, put those together, and then once I'm happy with what I think it will be, and then I, order all the stuff mix, bag, photograph, and then, but I don't do that all in one day. It's, I might do it, throughout the week. That's usually what my week will look like. But since I do homeschool my son, I stop at about 11:30 and we go in and we do school. And then by the time we're done, my daughter's usually home from school. So
How did you feel, Nina, when you like realize this is where you want to be? Like you're doing it. How is it? What kind of feeling?
scared, very scared. People are like, people say that they're afraid of failing, but I think I'm more afraid of succeeding because I don't know
Mhm.
what that looks like. And I mean, I guess every day that I stay in business, I'm successful. I mean, that's just how I look at it. But I guess I'm afraid because the more well known you become, then it's like it gives people on the internet permission to just be awful. Just, learning how to not take offense to things that people say, that has been difficult for me, so I feel like major cases of imposter syndrome at least once a week. And if I feel like if I don't feel like packing it up and selling it all at least once a week, then maybe I'm not heading in the right direction.
What is your time for you?
Um, with my kids, honestly, like I'll just put my phone down and we'll play outside for a couple hours. We'll go for a walk. I'll just forget about it all for a little while and just spend time with them and unwind. And you might not hear from me again until the next day. There's nothing wrong with that.
You talked about syndrome, and you talked about people coming at you and stuff like that. What's your advice to other people? You even talked about people telling you this is a horrible idea, don't do it. What's your advice to other crafters, whether it's glitter, or anything else, looking to make it for themselves?
um, don't weigh too heavily on the opinions of others. If you're looking to start a business of any kind, then just do it. Like, perfectionism is like procrastination dressed in a fancy suit. Like, if you're going to wait for the situation to be perfect or the perfect time, it's never going to be perfect. So you're just, stalling. So stop. Don't stall. Just do it and just keep going and keep doing it, because I could have quit so many times. I really could have. And I'm so glad I didn't. And thank you to the creator who told me not to start a glitter business, because
That made you do it, right? Well, Nina, I love your glitter. And in the description of this video, you all will be able to, I'll put the link to where to find Nina's glitter. Where can we find you and how can we support you?
Well, I do have a group on Facebook, the Glitterati. You can join that. I would love to have you there. We have live crafting at least once a week. Tonight we have a trivia night. I'm so excited for that. And you can find me on TikTok. I'm on, Facebook, Instagram. I'm everywhere.
Awesome. Nina, thank you for being with us. This was just an amazing chat, and I can stay here with you forever, just talking about all the things. But thank you for being with us, and I can't wait to share more with you and to use more of your glitter.
Oh,
Be sure to follow Nina on all the places. We'll see you later.